We detected strange signals from grid section 7B on Mars. Dr. Phillips' voice echoed through mission control. They're coming from the water site. At my console, I saw my stepsister Amanda's face go pale. She knew what that meant. 7B was where I'd found liquid water, before she had me removed from the project. I'm Olivia Parker, former lead signal analyst for NASA's Mars Recon Essence mission. 2 weeks ago I was forced out. Amanda, the new mission director, claimed I was unstable, said I saw patterns where there were none. Now she was staring at patterns no one could understand. Amanda tapped frantically on her tablet. Dr. Foster, what do you make of these frequencies? He shook his head. The system doesn't recognize them. They're not standard EM waves. Course not. I designed that detection algorithm myself, custom-built for the Martian subsurface water study. And I never got the chance to share it before she cut me out. I remembered the moment it all shifted. The data had been unmistakable. Liquid water. Moving. Alive with strange frequencies. Amanda, look, said, heart pounding. She'd stared at the screen, stunned. Then calmly said, take a break. I'll handle it from here. An hour later I was out. She'd presented the discovery as her own, and claimed I was mentally unfit. She's working too hard, she told the board. Obsessing. Imagining signals. Now the same signals were growing stronger. And louder. They're changing, someone called. Almost like they're responding to us. Amanda's control cracked. Run diagnostics now. But the systems were fine. The signals were not. They were evolving. Communicating. Dr. Phillips turned to me. Miss Parker, you worked on this. Any insight? Before I could speak, Amanda snapped. She's unauthorized. We'll handle it. But she couldn't. And she knew it. Understood. Only. Those patterns aren't random. They're encoded in the system I built. The one you buried when you pushed me out. The room went silent. You never documented that algorithm, Amanda said, flushing. I was going to, I replied. The day you erased me. Dr. Phillips stepped forward. Can you decode them? I can, I said, heart pounding. But I'll need full access. And no interference. No, Amanda barked. This is a stunt. Suddenly the screens lit up. The signals surged. Waves of structured, pulsing data filling every display. Everyone stared. Dr. Phillips didn't hesitate. Restore Dr. Parker's access. Full clearance. I sat down at my old station. Amanda's glare burned into my back, but it didn't matter. The truth was rising, just like the water beneath the Martian soil. For the next 12 hours I decoded the signals. The room buzzed. Tension, awe, disbelief. Mars was talking. And I was the only one who could hear it. I smiled for the first time in 2 weeks. Sometimes revenge isn't about winning. It's about being right, when it matters most. Fingers flying across the keyboard, I whispered. Let's see what Mars wants to tell us. The patterns were unlike anything I'd ever seen. Complex, deliberate, alive. Dr. Phillips, I called out, eyes locked on my screen. Look at this modulation. The water isn't just there. It's moving in coordinated patterns. He leaned over, breath catching as he processed the data. This is unprecedented. Amanda stood nearby, trying to mask the cracks in her confidence. It's probably just subsurface geological activity, she said flatly, though even she didn't believe it. I pulled up a 3D model of the signal structure. Look at this sequence. Exactly every 47 minutes. It's not random. The water's moving with intent. The room fell silent as I zoomed in, the signal rhythm mapped in glowing threads, each pulse tied to a point in the Martian crust. My algorithm, I began, voice steady despite my racing heart, suggests the water is traveling through artificial channels. Amanda scoffed. That's impossible. You're projecting. Dr. Phillips raised a hand to silence her. Continue. I switched screens, revealing a live feed of the decoded data. These frequencies aren't just electromagnetic. They're structured, repeating, evolving. They're carrying information. Dr. Phillips narrowed his eyes. You're saying it's a language? He nodded. Yes. Or a communication system. The air went heavy with silence. Amanda had gone pale. She knew exactly what this meant. This wasn't just about water. It was about intelligence, maybe even technology, beneath the surface of Mars. We need to contact the board, Dr. Phillips said, reaching for his phone. Wait, Amanda stepped forward. We need more verification. We can't jump to conclusions. Like you needed verification before having me removed? Asked I, still on the data. Before she could answer, new signals flooded in. The patterns shifting, accelerating. The flow's increasing, I announced. The channels are activating, in sequence. The main screen erupted with cascading data. Even the untrained eyes in the room could see it. Something was happening. Dr. Parker, Dr. Phillips said, tension rising. What are we looking at? Took a breath. I believe we're watching an ancient Martian system coming online. This isn't just water. It's a mechanism. One that's been dormant until now. Amanda's mask shattered. You can't prove that. This is why we let you go. Your wild theories. Actually, I interrupted, pulling up a hidden file. I can prove it. I projected my original research onto the big screen. Blueprints of the algorithm, the first signs of the channel system, and timelines she'd buried. This is from before you removed me. Evidence you ignored and then claimed as your own. The room went still. Amanda stood frozen. Her face drained of color. Is this true? Dr. Phillips asked quietly. She opened her mouth, but before she could answer, the signals pulsed again. Louder, clearer. New sequences emerged, more advanced than anything before. I leaned in, decoding them live. It's not just a set of channels, I whispered. It's a network, a subterranean system of interconnected water routes. And it's coming online. The implications hit like a shockwave. This wasn't a natural formation. This was ancient technology. How long have you known? Dr. Phillips turned to Amanda, his tone sharp. I didn't know, she stammered. I just thought. She didn't understand the data, I said, finally facing them. She saw the water but not the message. That's why she had me removed. She knew I was close to uncovering something too big to steal. Dr. Phillips stood tall. His decision immediate. Amanda, you're suspended pending investigation. Dr. Parker resumes as lead analyst. Effective now. Amanda opened her mouth to protest, but another pulse from the system stole everyone's attention. The room turned toward the displays. Mars was waking up. I sank into my seat, adrenaline mixing with something else. Vindication. But this wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about discovery. Let's see what secrets you've been keeping, I murmured, hands flying across the keyboard. For the next month I led the decoding. The signals deepened. The structures revealed themselves. And then I stood before the International Space Science Committee, unveiling it to the world. The network, I said, gesturing to the glowing hologram behind me, spans roughly 300 kilometers. A web of channels, chambers, and processing hubs, designed not just to transport water, but to purify it, possibly even store or utilize it for unknown purposes. Questions. Oh, this isn't just a scientific discovery. This is a message from the past, evidence of a civilization that understood water as technology. And I, the woman they tried to silence, was the one who uncovered it. The audience sat in stunned silence as I played the animated sequence of the Martian network coming to life. Blue lines pulsed across the 3D display, representing rhythmic water flow through the ancient channels, patterns we were only beginning to understand. Most remarkably, I said, turning back to the crowd, the system appears to be self-sustaining. It prevents freezing, filters sediment, even adjusts flow based on pressure. All automatically. Paused, letting that settle in. The engineering behind it. is beyond anything we've seen on Mars or Earth. In the back row I spotted Amanda. Demoted. Quiet. A research assistant now. Her plan to take credit for my work had collapsed under the weight of evidence. And instead of glory, it had led to the biggest scientific breakthrough in Martian history. A twist even she hadn't seen coming. One of the committee members leaned forward. Dr. Parker, what are the broader implications of this discovery? I smiled and pulled up new data. First, it confirms the existence of an advanced Martian civilization. Second, the technology could transform water management on Earth. The purification system alone is centuries ahead of anything we currently use. Questions followed like a wave. How old is the network? Preliminary analysis suggested at least 300,000 years. Is it still operational? Incredibly, yes. Can it be replicated? We'd already begun. After the presentation, Dr. Phillips found me in the hallway, pride written all over his face. Outstanding work, Olivia, he said. NASA approved your proposal. You'll lead a dedicated team with full autonomy and resources. I nodded, still absorbing it all. Thank you. There's so much more to uncover. I think the signals go beyond engineering. They're telling us something about the civilization that built all this. Dr. Phillips smiled. And you'll be the one to figure it out. Oh, your sister's requested a transfer. She's joining the Jupiter program. I didn't react right away. Amanda's betrayal had hurt deeply. But in a strange way, her actions had led to something extraordinary. Sometimes, I said quietly, people's worst intentions lead to the best outcomes. That evening, in my new office overlooking the NASA campus, I received an unexpected email. Olivia, I know it's too late for apologies, but I want you to know I understand now. I was so focused on ambition that I forgot what truly matters. What you've discovered, it's changed everything. Not just for science. For me. I've learned a hard lesson about integrity, recognition, and what it means to really contribute. Amanda. I didn't reply immediately. Instead, I turned to my monitor, where the Martian signals still danced across the screen. Still evolving, still whispering their secrets. Just yesterday we'd found something remarkable. What looked like a central control room, still functional after hundreds of thousands of years. My phone buzzed. Dr. Phillips. Meeting at 0900 tomorrow. International teams are joining. Your discovery is changing the future of space exploration. I leaned back in my chair and smiled. The water network wasn't just a system. It was a message. Legacy. Proof that we weren't alone in our thirst to understand the universe. Amanda had tried to erase me. But the truth had risen, just like the water beneath Mars' surface. Sometimes the road to discovery isn't fair or straight. But if you hold on to your integrity, if you trust your work, the universe will reveal its secrets to those who truly listen. I began typing a reply. Amanda. The signals are getting stronger. There's still so much more to learn. Maybe it's time we all started listening. Mars. And to each other. Outside, the stars blinked into view. And inside, the future unfolded, one signal at a time.